Okay, here's a little update on my over pond tank. Call this guy here the aqueduct. The reason being is because there's water floating over my pond. So I've got a little video that I'm going to stick up. I did put it up on my Instagram, but basically this under here is a filter box. We have a pump in the main pond. It's pumping water up in behind. It's running through here, pure biological filtration. It spills back out. And I've just got the lid on at the moment because it's actually pretty cold. So I've got a little heater on, keep the fancies nice and warm. Don't want that dropping down too cold. And this guy here is doing really well. Now this is a couple of inhabitants. Essentially what I've done is I've taken an old 40 gallon long that I had, and it fit quite nicely over the pond. Went over the edge a little bit, so I ran 2 lengths of wood across the bottom. I'll show you around the back. And what I've done then is I've put the aquarium on top, and I actually decided to extend them out a little bit, make myself a little breakfast bar / cocktail bar, depends on time of day. So that was the basic setup. So we've got our little filter underneath here, hidden away, and inside here we've gone for a bit of a biotope. It's kind of a river system. Now, not too many inhabitants at the moment. What we've done is we've filled sort of hardscape. Essentially we had some live sand that came out of another aquarium full of good bacteria, and on top of that then I got rocks from a local stream. Now they were covered in biofilm, alive, active. There was freshwater shrimps came with them, and all sorts of little critters. So this is being, all the water in here is being kind of kept separate from everything else, and I am doing a treatment on it. Now what else have we put in? We've put in oak branches, and we have put in some oak leaves as well. And what we've done is we've stuck in some Illadea and a bit of a lily, and that's pretty much it in terms of hardscape. Oh, actually there's some Java ferns in there as well. So for livestock, what we've done is we've moved these over from other setups, but we'll start off with these guys. There's 4 of these guys. Ones that they're swimming up this end here, and these are just the white cloud mountain minnows that I had. They were living in the pond, so they got moved in. We call these the flying white clouds because, well, they kind of look like they're flying over the pond most of the time. And they're doing really, really well. They're loving the bit of current. Now, in terms of kind of hardware, we have one small pump in here. So I'm not really doing filtration on this so much as I'm doing slow water changes. So I'm doing water changes, but there isn't really much of a bio load on this at all. These guys here they eat barely anything, as do the other couple of guys that I have in here. So I've got 4 white clouds. I'll come around here, you might see we have a couple of pandacories. Now pandacories were a great choice for this because the rivers where they come from are fed by snow meltwater, and that can be pretty cold. So where they come from, even though it's, you know, Amazon tributaries and Amazon rivers, the water can get down to about 12 degrees. It's been recorded at, so it can get cooled. So to stop the water from getting that temperature in here, I have got a regular 100 watt heater which is on the go all the time, and it's set to 18 degrees, and if it drops below 18 it kicks in. But we've had a cold snap, so I was stuck in this for the time being. It's a big 300 watt heater. You can see it is on, and it's keeping that water temperature up nice and warm. But those guys are doing super, absolutely super. They're flying in and out of all the rocks, loving the bit of sand. And the problem was, this gets quite a bit of sun early in the day, and they hide away because they're not so keen on the bright sunlight and focus. And what was happening was the sand was actually it was all getting covered in green like everything else in here. The biofilm was building up and just looked a little bit unsightly. So these guys were a great addition because essentially they're just going around like little Roombas and stirring up all the sand, moving everything. You can see the few bits where they haven't got at it now today, down the bottom there, versus all of the rest of it where they have. So that's stuff that they stirred up today. Am I true? That they have not yet, but they will. And that's pretty much it. Everything else is being covered in a nice biofilm, and I'm leaving that grow because my plan is to put a couple of Hillstream loaches in here as well, and that's pretty much going to be my livestock. A load more white clouds, a load more, and I've got 3 more pandacories that I'm going to put in another tank upstairs. and they're just doing brilliant. So I'm going to put the other 3 that I have in as soon as it gets a little bit warmer, because I'll need to acclimate them down, and yeah, get a bunch more white clouds, and we'll be able to get a couple of Hillstream lodges as well. Absolutely love them. They will be stuck to everything in here. They're going to have a feast when they go in. They get nice and big really quickly because there's just biofilm building up on everything. This is completely alive now at the moment, which is really, really cool. And you know what? It's nice kind of sitting out here during the day, get on me a bit of lunch or breakfast, me coffee there. I'll just sit back here, chill out. Normally I have the lid off the pond. It's just got, like I said, unseasonably cold. And it's a bit of a windbreak for the pond as well. But yeah, pretty happy with it so far. And then other additions that we have, just because it's an aquarium that isn't lit up, we've got a couple of fairy lights going across these branches. But up here today, I put in a little bit of it's a small solar powered floodlight, and I've actually got one on the back there pointing in at the filter box in the pond as well, so I can light that up at night using solar power. Keep it cheap. It's doing really well. So that's it. That's the aqueduct. I thought I'd give you a look, because I haven't posted anything about it up on the YouTube yet. And yeah, really good. We just got our creeping clematis up here, and the plan is to get that up over the top. And little wooden pallet benches or seats that I made. That's me wildflower terrarium. It's coming on really well. Got a matching pallet over here, and the fancy goldfish are doing super. There's Mama Bear and all of her babies, all doing super. A little bit cooler today, but not too sluggish because they've got the lid on, they've got the heater on, loads of filtration, and loads of work on the filter as well. All the filtration, so water's nice and clear despite the absolute amount of them. There's loads. But yeah, that's it. I think we'll leave it there at that angle because she's looking good. And I'm pretty cold, so I'm gonna go. Oh yeah, the other thing that's going on back there is the aqueduct. I'll have to do that's the aqueduct. Aquaponics. You can see there loads of plants on the go, but we'll do a video on that another day when it's a little bit warmer. Well, definitely after I've had a cup of tea anyway. We'll wrap it up there. Or will we talk about? No, we won't. The money joke. That's it. Right, I'm going. Talk to you later. Bye.